we are going to do a little bit more with money today. Today we're going to be comparing values of money. So before we start with comparing values of money, we're just going to do a little refresher on comparing numbers at all. So if I have two numbers, let's say I have 2,875 compared to 2,974. Now, when I have my two numbers, which place value should I start with? The smallest or the largest? Correct. I should always start with the largest, because if I start with the smallest number, this is a 5, this is a 4, and that would make me think, oh, this number must be bigger. But if I go to my larger place values, I would realize that I was actually wrong. So let's take these two numbers again. So I have 2,875, and I'm comparing it to 2,974. So I'm going to start with my biggest place value, my thousands. Is it any help to me? No, because they're the same. I can't compare them to figure out which is larger if my biggest place value is the same. If that's the case, what do? Correct. I go just over down to the next place value. So when I do that, I have an 8 in this number and a 9 in this number. So if I wanted to know which one was greater, it would be the one with the larger number. So, and remember, think about if you need to, your alligator mouth, your hungry animal always wants to eat the bigger number. So I would know 2,875 is less than 2,974. It's just exactly the same when I'm comparing amounts of money. So let's say, for example, I have $1.93 and Owen has $2.87. Should I start in my smallest place value? No, you say from your couch. I should start with the biggest, with my dollars, because it's going to save me a lot of time. If I have a 1 over here and a 2 over here, which one's bigger? Obviously the 2. So I would say $1.93 is less than $2.87. So I'm going to do another one here, because sometimes it's not that easy. I have two more numbers here. I have $84.63, $84.99. If I start with my dollars, my largest place value, I have an 8 and an 8. Does not help me at all, because they're the same. So I'm going to continue on. Then I have a 4 and a 4. My dollar amounts are still the same. Now I need to move to my cents. Then I get some help. I have a 6 and a 9. I know a 9 is bigger, so I can complete my math sentence. In your math work today, this is exactly what you're going to do. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to add and subtract amounts of money. When you do this, it's so important that you line up the place value, dollar signs, and decimal points, just like you would if you were doing any other addition or subtraction problem that was not money. We will talk later about what these decimal points mean, but for now, the most important thing for you to remember is you have to line them up. What do you have to do? Line them up. Very good. You're going to start just like you would in any other subtraction problem. Start with your ones, which this technically isn't your ones place anymore because of the decimal point, but don't worry about that. We will get into it in another lesson. For now, just remember, you start at the smallest place value and work your way up. So I'm just going to start with this one. I'm going to add 6 plus 5 is going to give me 11. Can I put 11 down here? You say, no, Mrs. Hitchcock, you may not. I'll put my 1 and I will carry the other one. Then I'm going to do some mental math. And you can do the 4 and the 1 or the 9 and the 4, but I would think, remember, groups of 10. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Can I put 14 down here? No way, you say. 4 goes down, 1 goes up. Here's the most important thing. Decimal point, put 1 in your answer. In the same spot it is in your problem. Decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. You must do this. If you don't, you will be wrong. Decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. All right, I did that. I can continue my addition. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. Then, there's one more thing. I want decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. Now I'm going to go dollar sign. You guessed it. Dollar sign. Let's do another one together, just to make sure we are all on track. This time, I'm going to do a subtraction problem. I have $6.84, and I'm going to subtract $1.49. I'm going to start just like I would in a regular subtraction problem. 4 minus 9, do I have enough? Nope. I'm going to go next door to my 10s. They're so kind, they will share with me. That becomes a 7. My 14, now I have enough. 14 minus 9 will give me 5. I'm going to continue on. 7 minus 4, I can do it. I will get 3. Then my next step, what is it? Good. Decimal point, decimal point. Decimal point. Because if you don't, you will be wrong. 6 minus 1, I'm going to get 5. And then dollar sign. Don't forget, decimal point, dollar sign, decimal point, dollar sign. All right, in today's work, you are going to do the next page that you have in your workbook. And bear with me just a second as I take mine out. Now I understand why you guys do not enjoy tearing out these pages quite so much. All right, here we go, friends. So, first thing I have for you, just a review, you can always refer back to this, just like when we're normally here. Compare the dollars first, your largest place value. If the dollars are the same, then start to compare the cents. 1 through 6, you are comparing less than, greater than, or equal to, so you may have some that are the same. Make sure you pay attention to cent signs and dollar signs. So we'll do the first one together quickly. Start with my dollars. 1 and 1 are the same, so I need to keep going to check. I have a 7 here and a 9 here. What's greater, 7 or 9? You shot from your couch, Miss Hitchcock, it's 9. So $1.75 is less than $1.95. Pay close attention. My less than sign fits neatly in my circle. If yours looks like this, it is not correct. Neatly in the circle, my friends. The next section on this page, we are adding and subtracting dollar amounts. Pay close attention to the sign. It would be so sad if you did all the work correct, all the math correct, but you did the wrong sign. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Next, we have a word problem. Let's just read it together quickly. Joy received $8.50 for her birthday. She bought a purse for $4.95. How much money does Joy have left? If we're figuring out how much she has left, are we doing addition or subtraction? Very good, we are doing subtraction. I'm going to put it over here in my circle now, just so I know later. If we flip to the back, we have a little bit more comparing, more addition and subtraction. In this spot, they've written it for you horizontally. I highly recommend you use the space they gave you and write it vertically. For lunch, Haley bought nachos for $1.25. Yum, yum, yum. A drink for 95 cents and a taco for 50 cents. How much money did Haley spend? We're finding out how much money in all. We are going to have to add. We're adding 3 numbers. It's very important when you write these numbers in here with your best penmanship to write them so that you line up your dollar signs, your place values, and your decimal points. Think in groups of 10, use the strategies we've learned. At the bottom, we've got a time to review that yes, you will do. Fractions. Remember, let's do just really quickly together. When I have fractions, we have to think backwards. If the numerator gets bigger, Sorry friends, I think the sound cut out. We were talking about numerators and denominators. Remember, if the denominator gets bigger, the pieces get smaller. Very good. So think about the numbers that we have. And this one you just have to choose, you don't even need to remember that. For this part, you just need to choose the fraction that names the filled part. So I'll do the first one for you. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tacos. So how many do I have in all? 6. So my numerator should be 6. And then I want to know how many are filled. 1, 2. So I would choose 2, 6. You'll do the other 2 on your own, front and back. And then remember, you can save it to bring to me, or mom or dad can take a picture and send it to me.